Hello, pile number one. Welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing what do people find most attractive about you. So take the message that resonates, ignore what doesn't. I have one question for you guys. I want some video channel suggestions for what sort of readers or tarot channels do you watch for love readings specifically, because I want to collaborate. I want to reach out to more people, and I just, for research purposes, I would love to know what sort of readers do you love for love readings in relationship. I don't post too many of those readings on my channel, maybe couple every month. So yeah, let me know who are your favorite readers. And if anyone wants to book a reading with me, I just got done with a bunch of private readings and I'm free now. So if you're interested, you will be the first in line, so you can book with me. Let's start. I also posted the monthly predictions for June. I'm filming it on the 1st June. I think I will post it today only. So hope you guys have a great month of June. If you're interested, you can join the membership to get access to the June monthly prediction. So this is the card that came out for you. We have butterfly, air element. An interesting thing, you got butterfly here as well. This is the tarot deck, and this is Six of Wands. So two butterflies showing up right off the bat for you. Both are kind of blue. Interesting. Some of you could be late bloomers, pile number one. I also feel like some of you could have gone through a major transformation, a major glow up, or something in you has shifted or changed. Butterfly, we connect with the energy of transformation. Something has changed here, and people are finding you more attractive than they used to in the beginning. Or maybe you were low on confidence. Some of you, maybe you didn't dress really nice, you didn't put in the effort, maybe tomboy vibes I'm getting. Or people who kind of run away from their own beauty, femininity, even for guys, masculinity. So there's been a shift, there's been a transformation that has happened here. Even this speaks about like rising from the ashes, that it's giving me phoenix vibes. And Six of Wands, we do connect with success also. So perhaps you've achieved some sort of success that has changed your energy or vibration. Maybe it's not talking about looks here, but you've become more attractive as you've aged. Especially recently, lately, there's something about you where people find you more attractive than ever. You're looking your best. You're becoming your best version. And butterfly is all about beauty also. Whenever we see a butterfly, we think, wow, it's so beautiful, it's so pretty. All the spots are different colors and patterns on the butterflies. We do relate this. It's insect, but this is the animal spirit deck. It's about, you got the one animal or insect in this case that is definitely connected with beauty. Some of you could naturally be very beautiful. So out of the three piles today, usually in these sorts of readings, there will be one pile that is the most attractive, and there's a message about the beauty in the looks. This is a pile for today, where pile number one, you are the beautiful ones, the most beautiful out of the three piles. I'm not saying they're not beautiful, but this is the pile where the beauty is very strong, very prominent right off the bat. This message has come out, or this is the energy of a glow up. People like your looks, people like your style, people like your energy, and something has shifted here. There's been a change. So what people do find attractive is your energy and your external appearance, both of these things. Let's see what else we have here. We have merchant. So who is attracted to you? I think the people that you work with, people that you meet day to day, there's people that you see, whoever sees you in person. And some of your friends could also be attracted to you. I can see that. You could have a good keen eye. You could have a good taste in terms of aesthetics also. Very particular style. I can see those. So maybe your beauty has a bit of effort also behind it. Now we have here the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So I said transformation energy with butterfly. And then 8th house is also connected with transformation. Some of you could have Scorpio placements, or you could have 8th house placements. Maybe a prominent Mars in your chart. I'm noticing the Mars symbol, the Venus symbol. So you could have Mars, Venus sitting together, that naturally whoever has this placement in the chart, I've noticed either Venus plus Rahu or Venus plus Mars. These people tend to be the most attractive, or they attract a lot of attention just naturally. So you could have those placements, pile number 1. People could ask you out a lot. They could show a lot of interest in you because your Mars element is strong, which is something, Mars, we connect with animalistic desire or like physical attraction towards someone. And Venus, we connect with beauty. So you could have those both elements prominent, or either one is prominent, which naturally draws people towards you. So there's something in your energy, something in your aura. Also, I can see your birth chart could also confirm the same. But you attract people very easily. You're effortless about it. There's a bit of mystery also, intrigue about you. Dark feminine vibes also I'm getting. But overall, Scorpio is one of the more attractive signs that we see in astrology. You have that, where people are drawn towards you. They want to get close to you. There's physical attraction. There's also they want to get to know you better. There's a bit of mystery. There's interest. There's curiosity about you. And we see rings here. So a lot of people could see you as marriage material also, or relationship material. So when people look at you, they feel like, wow, this person would make a good partner. They could sense a bit of longevity also. We connect 8th house with long term, something steady, something worth investing in. So you could come across as a good partner. People assume you would be loyal and you would make a good partner. So people are drawn towards you because they want a relationship with you. Merchant also, we connect with Libra, which is the house we connect with marriage, dating, relationships, love, all of that. So that energy is very prominent in this pile. People could see you as the ideal partner, pile number 1. Next up, we have lilies, we have clover. So there's this energy of lucky, a luck around you, luckiness, fortune, abundance. You could be someone who maybe doesn't share your hardships, so people just see the good. That's one thing. Second thing, lilies, again, we can connect with legacy, so starting a family. There's also this peaceful energy with you. Maybe you're non-confrontational, you're easygoing, you seem mature. So people like that about you, the fact that you're very put together, very classy, elegant. You keep your wits about you. You're not someone to have a crazy emotional reaction. And you make the best of things. You could also come across as quite positive as well, or lucky, abundant, things work out for you. You make it seem easy, effortless. Hardworking person, good amount of success. We also connect success with 6 of Wands as well here. So you're positive. I think your energy is quite nice. It's positive energy. That's what I'm saying. And speaking of positivity, here we have optimism. This is moon in Sagittarius. And here we see like a glass we see, and then this musical instrument. So something about your voice and speech, perhaps people like your style of communication. Let's put this one here. Or people are attracted to your voice, some sort of talent that you have, or you're also really good in social settings. So people like spending time with you in person. I got that message earlier as well. But you're positive, you're optimistic. Conversations with you are fun and nice, memorable perhaps. You could leave an imprint on other people. You're impressive, pile number 1. And I think when people sit down to talk to you, or someone who would either make people laugh or have like a engaging conversation, you would talk about world events or something interesting, not like gossip about people or be negative or talk down upon people. So talking to you is quite nice. People enjoy that. And like I said, you could have an attractive voice, your speech, something about, I think you really seduce people with your speech, your charm. It really comes through with communication. And your ideas, the things that you believe in, the questions you ask people. And you're like a very deep thinker. And you give a little bit of interesting twist. There's this a little level of unpredictability to you, because moon wavers, and then Sagittarius is, we can say positive opinion, we can say discussions about higher knowledge, philosophy, religion, world events, all those things. So the moon really wanders in interesting areas in your life. So when you're talking, people find conversations very interesting, engaging, and a bit different and unique. Next up, we have Aphrodite. Let me see. Passion, it says right here. So see, the most physically appealing, seductive, beautiful, that's your energy. And conventional beauty also you could have. You also have this talent for making yourself look really nice. So most people, we all are into fashion to a certain extent, but pile number one, your special quality or talent that you have is you know what looks best on you. So you know how to dress yourself. For example, certain people, they can have narrow shoulders, certain people can have broad shoulders. So the way you dress, you bring all the proportions into balance. You know what are your best colors and how to accessorize, how to make your hair look nice, face look nice. Even if you're a guy, you could be someone who perhaps puts a little bit of effort in your appearance. You're not shabby, you maintain good hygiene. It's just this energy of beauty, attractiveness, smelling really nice, looking really nice. So that's your energy. You invoke a bit of passion in other people, and it's quite physical attraction is quite strong. And it's not just based on looks, it's the energy of the person usually. And we see the pomegranate, we do connect that with fertility also. Most people would find you beautiful. Aphrodite is one of the symbols for beauty. For tarot, you got Knight of Coins here, we have Ace of Coins, and we have the star. We connect star with Aquarius energy, you could have that. So when people come across you, they meet you, they talk to you, they sense a sense of growth. They can just imagine that there is something worth investing in when it comes to you, pile number one. Whether that's for like a business partnership, relationship, or friendship, they see growth in you. They see a person they can learn from, grow with. You seem like an abundant person, someone who is progressing in their life. Knight also we connect with movement, but it's a more of the slower moving knight, the most slow. So it speaks about steady progress, consistency, reliability. And the bull also, or the buffalo, we can connect with Taurus energy, which is resources. Person who builds over time, person who has assets, resources, money, and people that they can depend upon, good connections. So it's your energy where you seem like a person who has a goal in mind. We see the bow and arrow with the person, and then we see hard work, growth, stability. That's why you seem like a marriage material type of a person, because people just assume you will make it big in life. You have your finances sorted, you're mature, you're steady, you're reliable, you're consistent. When you say something, people believe you. So the most attractive thing about you is the fact that you're sincere, you're mature, you're good looking, you're a prize, and you have a bit of a star quality, in the sense that you seem like the ideal lover. It's one of the seductive types also. If you've read The Art of Seduction, one of the archetypes is the ideal lover. You have that energy where you seem like the perfect partner, you seem like a sweet person, fun to talk to, you're interesting, engaging, but at the same time you're reliable and practical also. You're not boring. And people see a lot of growth in you. People expect big things from you, pile number one, which makes you seem like a successful person. So they're drawn towards you because they see a successful person, they see a good looking person, and they overall have a very positive interaction with you and opinion of you. One final card I want you to pull just to close out the reading, give some sort of advice. So here we have Porcupine, Innocence. You're someone who comes across as innocent. Free yourself of guilt and shame. So this is your advice, where maintain your innocence, and I feel like you're someone sensitive. You could have high emotional intelligence. You might even put sometimes other people before your own needs. So don't feel guilty over that, and don't feel any sort of shame for putting yourself first, being slightly self-centered. Maybe this glow up energy is speaking about putting yourself first, taking care of your needs first, and that's fine. Always maintain your innocence. I think that is what makes you stand out. Pile number 1, your softness, your reliability, your emotional intelligence, your ability to pick up on people's emotions and cater to them in a way that serves the person as well as you. So maintain that. Maintain that bit of childlike nature also. Though you are mature, you have that energy of someone older and wiser, like wise soul, but have that childlike quality as well alive in you. So that's the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your favorite creators for love readings. And if you want to book, all the relevant information will be down in the description. You can also join the membership. Thank you for watching. Any sort of feedback you can leave for me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Have a good one. Hello pile number 2. Welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing what are the traits that people find most attractive about you. Before I start, I have a little request. If you guys watch love and relationship readings on YouTube, let me know who are your favorite creators. And also, if someone leaves a comment, if you agree with that person, please leave a like also, so I have a better understanding of, okay, who are your favorite creators. I want to know for just research purposes, and I can collab with certain new creators. I would love to do that. And I would love to explore more love readings also on YouTube. I don't post too many. So yeah, just wanted to know who are your favorite creators for love readings. Leave your comments. Make sure to share that. Let's start today's reading. Also, I posted the monthly prediction for June. If anyone's interested, you can join the membership and watch that. So this is pile number 2. You got this card, Spider. This is Earth element. You can see right here. You also got Moon. So we have feminine energy right off the bat because Earth and water signs are feminine. Air and fire are masculine. So pile number 2, you could be slightly more feminine. Even if you're a guy, you could come across as feminine in the sense that maybe you're slightly more introverted. Maybe you are not, you don't have this like in your face personality. You're more practical, reliable, logical, that sort of energy. Intuitive, perceptive, sensitive, emotional. You could have those qualities if you're a guy. And if you're female, you could be feminine. So people notice that about you and they find your feminine qualities quite attractive. Maybe you're slightly more introverted, slightly more passive. You're someone quite sincere. I think people respect you. There's this energy of looking at you as a person who's growing. Spider, we connect with financial resources or someone who builds a fortune over time. There's hard work and there's consistency here. Just building upon your present circumstances, getting better and better and better. That's the energy of Spider. And it's very practical and logical energy also with Spider. Very like material energy world. You're not like lost in your thoughts too much. Very practical, grounded, reliable person. So what makes you attractive? Some of you could be rich, or you dress really nice. You seem very poised. You seem slightly more serious, sincere. So when you speak, people notice. They pay attention. They respect your word. They respect your opinions. So you command respect. You're also intuitive. So you could have good imagination. You could have good ideas also. In the workplace, people could respect you a lot, or people could respect you quite a bit because of your work, your career, and the money you've accumulated, your success. And you seem like a person who people don't want to get in the bad graces of. There's something about maybe looking for validation from you, looking for your approval. People could respect your advice also. Some of you perhaps could be light workers. This is not for every single person, but you carry a wisdom within you. And people are looking for that. So overall, so far what I'm picking up is someone who probably dresses really nice. You could come across as fancy, high maintenance also. But someone good looking, put together, reliable, respectable. That's your energy. Sensitive, emotional also. So people would not want to hurt your feelings. There's this sensitivity to you that you carry. Intuitive nature also. We have here room, we have thief. So this again gives me the energy of a person where you have resources. So you're rich, you're successful. You dress really nice, so people could find the way you dress, your fashion, or something about your appearance attractive. People want what you have. There could be a bit of envy also. Now, the room here leaves room for imagination, for fantasizing. So you could be someone where people maybe imprint on you, fantasize about you, they think about you a lot. People could obsess over you. There's a lot of interest and intrigue that I'm picking up. People would love one-on-one time with you. It's like giving me the like home environment, something more intimate. So people want to get close to you. There's this energy I'm picking up. And that resources energy keeps coming up. Venus, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. So see, you come across as a high value person. You could dress really nice. If you're a female, you would be someone who has amazing makeup, amazing clothes, amazing hair. You smell really nice. You have this aura of beauty and luxury. If you're a man, you could be someone who stands apart because of these same things. You have amazing hygiene, you dress really nice, your fashion is really nice, maybe you're rich, or you live a very extravagant lifestyle. So these things could draw people towards you, attract people towards you. Maybe you romanticize your life overall. You could be a romantic person, or someone who is into entertainment or fashion or beauty, arts, music, movies. Maybe you love movies, so you talk about movies, or you live your life in such a way where it seems like you have a bit of magic in your everyday life. That's the energy I'm picking up. And Venus does speak about money also, money and beauty. These two things are very prominent in your case, pile number 2. That's why people are attracted to you. There could also be this energy of I want to be like pile number 2, or I want to have what they have. So envy and jealousy could be there. You could attract a lot of partners also who might compete with you, or might feel insecure, or maybe even use you a little bit. That's what I'm getting so far. You could also be a creative person. So if you're someone who has a very cool job, you're a very creative person, you have a unique talent, that could also attract people towards you. So there could be something here about hobby. There could be something here about your work, your lifestyle. Overall aura. That's what I'm getting. Here we have birds and we have stork. Stork also we connect with the success or person who's doing well. We have birds, so family unit. There could be a legacy. There could be a family name also. If you have a family name, you come from a rich family, maybe that has some cachet. People could see you as someone they would love to build a home with, have a family with, because we do have room here also. We have that energy of investment and then family. You could also have amazing communication style. Something about maybe you're very poetic or philosophical, or the way you talk. Maybe you have the gift of the gab. You could be charming also. That's what I'm getting with the birds, because birds we associate with communication. Stork is about success, doing well, always leveling up in life, moving ahead in life. And I'm seeing the bird nest here also. Next up we have endurance. This is Sun in Scorpio. You're someone, what attracts people towards you is you don't take advice from other people, or you're someone who would let's say if there's a more powerful person in front of you, you don't get scared, or you're not someone who is cowardly. You would speak up for what you believe in. So that energy of you where you're not trying to be subservient, you're not trying to be like a kiss up, you oppose people, you are your own leader. So that makes you very magnetic. People look at you and they feel like, wow, this person has a spine, this person has an opinion, and they're not scared of stating that opinion. So there's this confidence that you carry, and you have that fighter mentality, that independence also in a certain way. People like that. And you're hardworking also. You put in the effort. You're someone, if you give someone a gift, you will put a little bit of thought behind it. Very thoughtful, deep person. Your love language could also be gift giving, by the way. We have Sekhmet. healing. So again, we see the lion almost gives me Leo energy. You have that leadership quality. You have that special something that people notice. Some of you could have Leo in Venus. You will also attract people with the same sort of, if you have Leo in Venus, I think that's the energy I'm picking up with this pile. That's the sort of person who would have this placement. If you have this placement and you feel like that's not my personality, this is the type of partner you will attract in your life. Someone who's confident, high maintenance, high standards, hardworking, has big goals for themselves. That's the energy I'm getting. Strong personality, strong opinions, and you bring a certain healing also to other people. People might confide in you. They might share their difficulties, their emotions with you. You might have that something about your energy pile number 2 where people trust you. You could also be very truthful. So people just feel like if I share my feelings with pile number 2, I know they will tell me the truth. So what attracts people towards you? Like very specific qualities I've picked up with this pile. Your ability to go against the grain. Your ability to speak up against people in power. You're someone who doesn't lie. So you're truthful. You're hardworking. These are the qualities people like. Your confidence. High goals, even that high maintenance quality, people like that. They feel like, wow, this person is really particular about things. And they're not someone who will shy away from hard work. They will make it happen. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at the tarot. You got the Lovers. So see, I told you you're kind of like a hopeless romantic. That energy is very strong with you. And you see the beauty in a lot of people. This is Beauty and the Beast. You don't judge people based off their looks. We have 9 of Cups. People would bend over backwards for you. I think you have that ability to command that sort of loyalty, that sort of effort from other people. People who try to court you, they might put in a lot of effort. Page of Wands. There's a excitement, there's a spark in you. People notice that. There's a fun side to you. Maybe initially the first impression is a little different, but you have a fun side to you. You're a hopeless romantic and you would make an amazing partner. People assume you would make a great partner. You would really spoil your partner. You would take care of them. That energy is very strong. You also invite that energy from other people where people kind of chase after you. I'm getting that chaser, runner dynamic a little bit. You seem quite independent. You don't seem like the sort of person who has to put in any sort of effort to find a date. People naturally come to you very easily. You're very attractive. You draw people towards you. And people are willing to do a lot. There's this story connected with this card where this woman enters this particular area and it was only women entry. Men could not enter. So her lover, what he does is he changes his costume and cross dresses to get entry into that area, just to get to spend more time with her. So it's that energy of, okay, I'll do whatever that is required. So people might do that for you. Even I'm remembering the Beauty and the Beast. There's something that she says about, I love books and all, and then he has this entire library that he gives to her, right? Giving very extravagant gifts. That's the energy. You're making like a big show of love. You attract that energy in other people. You invite that energy where people feel like I will have to do something extravagant, grand, like a grand gesture to impress pile number 2. You have that like larger than life sort of a persona or aura. People who are confident will be drawn towards you. People who are shy and reserved, they might not be drawn towards you. They might feel like this person will reject me, or this person is a lot of work. I can't show up in the right way for them. So what's attractive overall? Resources, money, your aura, your energy. You have high standards, you could have boundaries also. So you could be a bit of a challenge as well. Strong personality, strong opinions. There's a lot of different and small little qualities I've picked up. I wanted to finish the reading off with one card for advice as well. So this is the card that came out for you. We have Utter Surrender. It says let go of control. So recently also, I think I just had done a reading where this card came out. Maybe some people who watched that pile are coming over to this pile. So author here speaks about, it says let go of control. You're a bit of a controlling person. You're a bit of a maybe rigid sort of a person. I think spirit is saying become slightly more flexible. Go with the flow. Become more easygoing and less about controlling people, controlling situations. Maybe sometimes things don't happen exactly the way you want them to, and there's a beauty in it. So learn to appreciate that. Don't be overly controlling. Sometimes just go with the flow, enjoy, be easygoing. That's your energy. This will make you even more magnetic and attractive than you are, because then you have both the energies. Someone confident, strong, specific, but also easygoing, fun, energetic, like the Page of Wands. Go with the flow and travel more, enjoy more, celebrate more, connect with more people, be more social, be more easygoing, and also have that energy of being slightly more approachable, especially in terms of love if you're looking for a partner. So that would be your advice, pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated. Leave your comments and feedback if you want to book a reading with me. I recently just got done with all the client readings, so if you want to book, you will be the first in line. Please reach out, let me know. All the relevant information is down in the description. Thank you for watching. You can join the membership as well. That helps support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hello pile number 3. Welcome to today's reading. The topic for today is, why do people find you attractive? What are the reason or the qualities they like in you? So before I start, I have a question. Who are your favorite content creators in terms of love and relationship readings that you watch on YouTube? Let me know if you guys watch love and relationship type of readers. Mention your favorites, and if you like someone else's comment as well. If you leave likes, that will help me judge better as well. I'm looking for some research and to collaborate with other content creators, so let me know who are your favorites. And I also posted the June monthly prediction, so if anyone's interested, you can join the membership for that. Let's start your reading. Here we have Zebra. This is fire element. We see that repeated here. The crown chakra being highlighted, or we can actually, it's the third eye. The crown would be over here. We have the 7 of Wands. This looks like a matchstick when I look at this. We have the Lord. So why people find you attractive, pile number 3? I think there's definitely something here about your thoughts, your presence, your communication skills, because Zebra, we connect with a bit of flamboyance, someone who has a bit of style, charisma, someone who's suave, you know. And here also with the Lord, it does give me the energy of someone with confidence. You have confidence, and not just confidence, it's that energy of a little bit of devil may care attitude, someone who is not even afraid of making mistakes. It's not just about I know I'm right or I'm this, I'm that. It's that energy of living carefree. So someone who's fun to be around, you know, someone who doesn't judge other people, easygoing person, open-minded. That's your energy. You seem like a fun person to be around. Zebra, we can also connect with the sense of humor. So you could be funny, you could have amazing sense of humor, you could be the comedic relief to your friends group or something like that. I think you shine brightest in group settings also, like around your friends or you're out and about. You stand out from the crowd, because I'm seeing the different wands here, and this is the one that's the spark or the lit up one. So yeah, definitely there's something here about making your presence felt, having different energy, having unique qualities. You could also be someone with a quirky sense of style, because with Zebra we do connected with fashion also, with outward appearance. So pile number 2 also had a bit of fashion element, but it was more about wearing luxurious expensive clothes or looking very rich, put together. With this pile, it's more about having a unique sense of style. So you could have a signature style, maybe you dress very like in a flamboyant fashion or unique something unique about your fashion sense or the way you dress. Maybe people copy you, something like that. But you're quirky, you're different, you're individualistic, you stand out from the crowd. This is what makes you attractive. You're different. Now, you might not be everyone's taste though. So some people might not like you, but usually that is something that happens with people who stand out. So you're unique, you're different, you have a confidence, your energy is very fun to be around. Either people like you or they don't like you. Let's see, what other cards do we have here? I think you could also attract a lot of people who have very like opposite personality or opposite energy to you. They could be drawn towards you. We have here Gemini. The energy is communicative, mischievous. I think that is one word I would use to describe you. Lively, witty, informative. I think this is perfect. So you could have strong Gemini placements or a strong Mercury in your chart. Something connected with Mercury. You have stimulating exchanges possible. So you're stimulating, you're interesting, you're fun, you're not boring, and you could also be very funny. You could make people laugh. 5th house, where you have fun, romance, create things you're proud of. So you could be creative, you could be impulsive, you could have some creative talents. You're fun to date. 5th house, we connect with dating. So a lot of the people who date you could have this opinion of you, or people are just naturally very interested in dating someone like you. You're the ideal person to date, to have fun with, to go out with, have a romantic walk on the beach, or do some activity with you. Your friends could be attracted to you, people could fall for you. It could start with a friendship. Your communication is something that is also people love. I think this energy has been coming through with all the 3 piles today. Something about fashion, something about communication. So pile number 3, it's about fun. It's not exactly like first pile was more philosophical, and there was this energy of also sweet speech. With you, it's fun speech, it's ideas, it's banter, it's maybe pulling each other's leg, sarcasm, or flirting also a little bit. Gemini is connected with being a little flirtatious, poking fun, being a little mischievous, being witty. That's your energy. So communication has come out, but it's different style of communication for every single pile. Gemini also gives a duality to a person. So you could be someone who has different facets to your personality. People notice different qualities that you have. You can be creative, you can have that talent, but sometimes you can be this fun person if you just want to let loose with. So maybe you can be hardworking also and then have this fun side to you. So there's a duality in your nature. You're very stimulating, very engaging, very interesting, exciting. That makes you very attractive. It's always a fun time with you. And conversations could be very engaging, fun. Doing activities with you, traveling also, like short distance travel, going out, hanging out somewhere, that's fun. Conversation over a cup of coffee, something like that. Dates. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And you seem like also an interesting person, maybe a unique, interesting hobbies. Here we have growth, tree. You could be generous also, you could be a great friend. You're the sort of person, perhaps friendship is important in terms of even dating someone. There should be a little bit of friendship element as well. But with tree here, it speaks about generosity. You're generous, you help people out, you're a good friend. There's loyalty in terms of friendship. And people see growth in you also. So you might seem like the fun person, but once person gets to know you, they see, wow, this person actually has goals, or this person has bit of substance also, not just style. We have stars here. Kind of similar to this card. Is it not? Very similar, right? You can see number 16. The numbers could be significant. So we have stars. This shows you have a star quality. You stand out from the crowd. And you're also full of life. You have that dreamer energy. Someone with big dreams. Or you make people feel more positive. You could be someone good at manifestation also. You might speak about these things. More esoteric themes, astrology or cult. These things you talk about, you might share your ideas with people, and People might learn from you also. Gemini is the student. So you could have that positive mindset. You might have that energy of understanding how vibration works, how energy works. So people could learn from you. And also you could have big dreams, big goals. So when people come in contact with you, they get in touch with you, they also start thinking more positively. They become more optimistic. Here we have Mars in Taurus, defense. So you're someone who would argue with people also. There's a bit of fire, there's a bit of conflict, frenemies vibes. So sometimes you might roast people, you might go overboard, and someone's feelings might get hurt. But at the same time, they enjoy it also. They will not create distance. They would want more of it. Some people who, in Hindi we say no joke. So it's about bickering a little bit, but also banter, having fun. So that is something that people find attractive. They might even roast you, or how sometimes boys, especially in school, if they like someone, they will roast that person or make fun of that person instead of being nice, even though they like that person. So that's the sort of dynamic that could happen here, where you, like Tom and Jerry sort of a dynamic, where you fight, you argue, but you also like each other. So you might do that. People might enjoy it, even though on surface they might act annoyed by you. Here we have Athena. This is wisdom. So you have that energy of a fighter also. We see the shield and the spear. So you have that fighter mentality. You'll fight, but you also have wisdom with the owl. This speaks about wisdom and intuition. You also seem like a wise person, poised, intelligent. Gemini, we connect with intelligence. So you're not the fun person who's like an idiot. No, you have wisdom. So people do give you your props also. They notice your good qualities as well. They might not compliment you, but they notice. So for tarot, you got the Fool. We have Six of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords speaks about a person with a bit of that fiery nature as well. Not the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is fun, unapologetic, whereas Queen of Swords will give you a tough time. She will be very logical. This sort of energy is repeating wisdom. Someone who's wise, intellectual, maybe a little bit of sharp tongue also. Person who will give you a hard time and use your own logic against you. So you're someone witty. Is it crooked? But you're witty, you're intelligent. People notice your communication skills. People notice your intellect and intelligence. So they're drawn towards you. You also seem like perhaps sometimes a challenge, or not a challenge. I think pile number 2 was the challenge. This pile is a little bit of not really sure on what page you are. Sometimes you get along really well, so someone might feel like, okay, I have a shot with pile number 3, but then you might roast them and they start doubting. So it's that duality of Gemini that's coming through, where people are not really sure where they stand with you, and this uncertainty or this lack of predictability makes you more attractive as well. And you seem like a fun person. You do really well in like I said, public setting, or you could be extroverted, or someone who stands out from the crowd. You're successful, you do really well for yourself, you shine, you always shine. Taking me back to this card, there's this energy where even if you're around other people, people who are successful, people who are doing well for yourself, something about you, it makes you shine. You could also be quite confident, someone who doesn't get jealous of other people. You congratulate other people, you don't feel envious or jealousy. The Fool also, you have that naive, childlike nature of Gemini, younger person. Gemini is the prince, or we can say kids also. We connect kids with the energy of Mercury. So someone young at heart, someone who looks young, someone who is bright, full of ideas, full of spark. Attractive personality, vibrant personality, good humor, amazing conversations. That's your energy. Fool also speaks about here a person who's willing to take risks, person who's willing to take or try out new things. So there's a level of excitement, stimulation, mischief also, but you have that duality of someone mature and someone wise as well. So there is an interesting dynamic playing out here with you, pile number 3. And this specific pile, the energy is quite different than the first 2 piles. You're someone more unpredictable, but fun, exciting. You can be fun, goofy, but you can be mature as well. So there's a lot of different nuances to your energy. You might also be someone where every person that you meet, they might perceive you in a different light. Some might see you the more formal, serious, professional energy. Some might see you as the fun person, creative person. Others might see you as someone who butts head, fights with them, argues with them. Some might see you as the class clown, funny person. Someone who's the party starter, or the person we always want in social settings, because without them the party is not fun. That's your energy. So you have a lot going on, maybe a lot of people picking this pile. So take the message that resonates with you, ignore what doesn't. I pulled one extra card just for advice to finish the reading off on how you can be more attractive, or how you can maintain this energy. So you got Horse. This is a bit of Aries energy, like the Fool we had here. Pisces also, you could have those placements, but we had the Zebra. Zebra will also connect with Aries. Ashwini Nakshatra, specifically Ashwini also speaks about someone who's famous. So Ashwini people tend to have fame around them. They can be the popular kid, or naturally people are drawn towards you with Ashwini placements. I've also noticed Ashwini comes up quite a lot in terms of celebrities and famous people, because this is where Sun gets exalted. Sun is for fame. So naturally a famous person, someone who's the center of attention with Ashwini placements. Here we have Horse. It says freedom. You always have a choice. So what makes you most magnetic, most attractive is the fact that you're a free-spirited person. You're someone who has independent thinking. You like to decide for yourself. You're not easily influenced, and you're independent, self-sufficient. This is what makes you most attractive. So always never let go of this energy. Don't be codependent on other people. Don't be too overly clingy with other people. Maintain your independence, your self-sufficiency, and always work on yourself. Always grow. I think you're the sort of person who always evolves, keeps getting better. This is something we also see with Gemini, because there's certain houses like 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th. These houses we always have to work on. They always improve, increase in our life. They never stop evolving or growing. So that's also your energy, pile number 3, where you're a dynamic person. You keep changing, evolving and growing in your life. You're a free-spirited person. Never lose that sense of we can say dreamy quality. We are the stars here, so don't lose that. This is your advice, and I hope this reading resonated with you. If you want to book a reading with me, I recently just got done with all of my client readings. I was really busy for a while there. Now I'm free, so if you book with me, you will be the first in line. So if anyone's interested, reach out to me. You can find all the information down in the description. If you want the June monthly prediction, I will leave that link along with the timestamps. You can join the membership, gain access to that video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.